Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another show of Know the Facts. Before I start, why don't you ignorant, stupid, dopey, cowardly people change the channel? But you could big mouths go down to a coffee shop and tell everybody what I said. Well, let me tell you, son. There's more and more people on my side than your side now. And it's only going to be a matter of time before you get punched in the mouth. Maybe by me. Hopefully by me. Than anything else. But keep watching my show and criticize. Don't turn on another show for your niece or your nephew or your son or your daughter. A cartoon show or a show they'd enjoy. But no. Sit there, get fat, eat potato chips. And do everything else. Drink beer and whatever else you're going to do. First of all, don't watch my show. It might give you ideas. It might give you some good ideas. But I really don't care what you do. I really don't care what anyone does in this town. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's only a few people in this town with any brains. And they seem to be going on my side. They seem to be on my side. And even the high school kids. I get stopped by the high school kids. And they're even on my side. How do you figure that out? What, are you going to question them and beat them when they go home? Yeah, they'll beat you up. Never mind anything else. Well, I want to talk about the police station and many other matters. First of all, we don't need a new school or water plant. We have now is a landmark. What we have now is a landmark with a little maintenance, and people were told to leave it alone because there was always the twisted and demented minds of the school department. Others in town is too good a name for them. Too good a name for them. A nice addition and remodel would do just fine, but one thing is it doesn't have gold floor ceilings or gold walls. That's that. These things do not educate children. And the teachers you put in there, are they going to be any better because it's a new school? Or are you going to hire teachers with no names? You're going to get them up when they're the ones that hold a sign at the intersections. We need work. You're going to get some more of them, and give them a new suit of clothes and shave them and put a phony title in front of their name. That's probably what you're going to do. That's what you're doing now. Because some of your teachers are phonies. Some of them are very good. Most of your teachers, some of your teachers are real phonies. They don't know how to treat children. They don't know how to teach children, especially the special needs children. But all we know that the school department must spend your money also to the people who believe in the word and infrastructure. This does not help a thing except increase the peanut brain brains of some of the people in town. Yeah, let's knock it down. The whole town, make it one big building. They would love that. The most important building gets overlooked every minute. The police department. The police department should not get overlooked. It's apparent we have people in this town and officials in this town that hate the police department. Gee, I wonder why. They have the most awful job in the world, and I give them a lot of credit. They take their life in their hands every day. But you people don't care. If there's something wrong, you call them up and you expect them to be there in 2 seconds. Well, what if you're on the other side of town? They can't be there in 2 seconds. Why don't you put that in your pipe and smoke it? I don't care if they ever get there at all. Because you're the ones that are the real pains in the asses. You're the ones that don't even want the police department. New school and water treatment plant. Yeah, a water treatment plant so the superintendent can poison the water again. There's still sand. coming out of water faucets in Shrewsbury, whether you people know it or not. And the poor people have to, when everything dries out, they gotta sweep out with a dustpan and brush all the sand out of their bathtub or their lavatory or their kitchen sink. They don't flush it down with water. The superintendent is all wet. He always will be all wet. Because he has his head underwater for at least 24 hours a day. He don't know what the hell he's doing, and he never will. And the selectmen, water commissioners, what the hell do they know about water? What the hell do they know about water? They know nothing about water, except what that liar, Stupinski, or whatever his stupid name is, tells them from the water department. Yeah, everything's getting better. Everything's getting good. That's one big lie. That's one big lie. That's one big lie. It'll never be any good. It'll never be any good. New water treatment plant. Yeah, so we can put more chemicals down there, like he's putting chemicals down the wells we got now. That's not doing nothing. Sand is sand. You can't beat it with chemicals. You got to use your head. You got to use your head. And putting these so-called filters on these existing wells that cost approximately $3.5 million a piece. That's really spending money in the right place. That's really spending money in the right place. What's the objective in the new water treatment plant? Can somebody tell me you're building it right alongside the old one and you're going to tie some pipes in? So we're going to get back to the same baloney we have now, or we've had in the past. But it's going to be twice as more rotten tasting water and more animals and whatever you want to call it in the water. And it's going to smell like someone's rear end. That's what it smells like now. Yeah, you're really good for this town. You're good. Transfer, get out of here, resign. You're no good for this town. You're no good for this town, and you never will be. You don't even know what the hell you're doing. Calling other towns and asking them what they did. That's really showing some brains. That's really showing some brains, what you're doing. What the hell do you care what they're doing? We can't do that in this town because of your ignorance. Smarten up. Smarten up. No, you won't smarten up because all the officials are all deranged. There's some good officials in this town. Very good officials. Very, very, very good officials. But the rest of you ain't worth the smell of the sweat off of elephants behind. That's for damn sure. Y'all a bunch of big shot phonies, rats, scumbags, degenerates, disgusting people. You hate the townspeople. You hate the townspeople with a passion. All you know how to do is say, yeah, we need this, we need that. You build it, and then a month later you say, oh, we need this and we need that again. Yeah, I suppose that's fine. That's fine. That's what. Yeah, you keep putting the residents in hawk up to their nose. You keep putting the residents in hawk. That's really nice. That's really, really, really nice. That shows what a bunch of brainless, incompetent, ignorant jerks, stupid jerks we have in this town. You don't care about the residents in this town. You don't care. I hope the next glass of water you take, you choke on it. Bunch of idiots. Bunch of idiots. Bunch of idiots. Let's make the town one big building. That way there, everything will be all set then. All you people will love that. All you people will love that. A police station is what we need the most. The only building that should be built is the police station. But you big shots, show-offs, phonies, cannot be bothered. I blame the Selectmen, Finance Committee, and some townspeople. Well, example, shows putting a modern building in the center of town, in a historic district. You can thank the Lamero and Pagano who accept their money like this, if you know what I mean, for creating that quagmire. That should be a historic building, not a modern building. And it shouldn't be a daycare center. That's what it is right now, a daycare center. You make me disgusted. You people are disgusting people who let this go by. I don't care what you think of me. I really don't care what you think of me. Stop me on the street and let's have a fight. Let's have a fight about it. Come on. Let's go. We'll duke it out, you and I. Or whoever you want to bring with you. You'll probably have to bring 30 people with you because you ain't got enough guts to do it yourself. You're disgusting. You don't go up to town hall and tell them what you want. They don't tell you what you're going to have. You tell them. The officials have no right telling you what you're going to have in this town because they don't know what the hell they want themselves. All as they hear from is that stupid Sapinski. He wants a new water treatment plant. For what? For what? So we can tie it into the old one and make things worse? We need a police department. Those guys take their life in their hands every day. Who protects the town other than the police department? Tell me. DPW? Yes, they protect the town against ice and snow and hazardous conditions on the roads and everything else. The police are the only ones that got guts. They got guts. They're the only ones that are operating out of a closet. You people should be ashamed of yourself. Go through some of the other towns. Go through some of the other towns and see what beautiful police stations they got. They're big, and they're tied in with the fire department. Years and years and years ago, that land up the foundation land where all the grass is where they play soccer, that was dedicated to be a high school, police, and fire department until dirty politics got into the subject. Yeah, dirty politics. Dirty, filthy politics got into the subject. From the old town manager, God rest his soul, to Mr. Bugatti, God rest his soul, and some of the old people in this town, God rest their souls. That was supposed to be that in the time that a fire truck to respond to a fire was much quicker than where they are now from that location. And there was a road to go from Maple Ave all the way through to St. John's, all the way to Main Street. There was a road there. But some residents took it upon themselves to sue the town of Shrewsbury and Spags because they didn't want the loading docks they have now. And the treasurer of Spag, I can't think of his last name, I'm sorry. He told me to my face, he says, we did not need those loading docks. We did not need those loading docks. That was a big waste of money. And we irritated all the good people down here in Precinct 2. We had a good relationship with them. From that point on, they didn't like us at all. And we didn't want that. They did the most shopping of anybody down there. They used to walk there every day, every afternoon, every night and get things in Spags. But no, not you people. You people don't care. Now look at it. It's a ghetto. It's going to be a ghetto. Go down there and buy a drink. $5 and $4. Get down there and have a meal. $6, $10, $8, $12, $18. Go ahead, get down there. In that massage place that was in the paper about being a front for a, what do you call it there? Prostitution, or whatever the case may be. Get down there too, why don't you? Get down there too. In those miserable condos. Those ain't condos. Those are garbage. Those are dumpsters. They're so small. Throw your garbage in there, because that's all they're good for. And the police have enough trouble policing that area, because there's breaking and entering in there all the time. But you people don't care. As long as it doesn't bother you, you don't care. But you care about everything else. You care about kissing the behinds of the officials and going to a meeting and smiling at the officials like little fairies that you are. Or you talk to them after the meeting and say, oh, you did a fine job. You did a great job. Yeah, that's what we need. You did a good job. You don't even know what you're talking about. And when it comes time to vote, do you think that you're going to vote for them? No way. You'll vote for someone else. That's the way this town works. You're all backstabbers. Two-faced backstabbers. That's all you are. To the good officials in this town, you're doing a good job. I realize you can't do too much, because if you say too much for the good of the residents, the other bunch of rats on your committee, your boards, will have you taken off the board, especially the big shot of all. She's on TV with the town manager, and he's a little worm. He don't know nothing either. O'Connor, she don't know nothing either. She's useless. She's a dope. She's a complete dope. She's the chairman of the finance committee. Big deal. She gives all the money she wants to the school department. She don't care who she gives the money to. We got 4 or 5 good boards in this town. Planning. Planning. The hell's the other one? I can't think of the other one. Conservation, Lake Quinsigamon, and some of the other good ones. They're very, very good boards. Very, very, very good boards. Very good boards. But the other boards, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. There's good members on those boards, and they have to be sit next to the jerks that we have to hear, like my show. No one's telling you to watch it, but you watch it anyway. You bunch of jerks. You watch it anyway. See what I got to say. What do you want to hear, the truth? Is that what you want to say? Or you want to go to the coffee shop and say what I say to all the big shots down there? Like, oh, I watched Abraham's show and he's no good. He's no good. You know what he said? Go ahead, get on there. But remember this, someday I'm going to tap you in the back. And that's the last thing you're gonna feel, is a tap in the back. The next thing you're going to feel is being knocked out on the floor. Remember that. Remember that. Bunch of jerks. Bunch of jerks. You're all jerks. Lamro and Pagano. Go ahead. Give it to them again. Go ahead. Give it to them again, so they can get paid off. They're the worst architects in the world. I know, and I've been in the presence of a lot of architects, and they can't stand them. They can't stand them. They're the worst architects in the state of Massachusetts. Quote, unquote, from some of the biggest architects in Massachusetts. They're disgusting. How much do they get paid for their incompetent work? That's what I want to know. How much do they get paid? Like that relic up at the center. In a historic district, they put a library. They put a library like that. That library is useless and always will be useless. Give it another year or so, no one's going to go there. No one's going to go there. Because these kids and everyone else has computers on their phone, at their house, in their school, in their car, and everything. They know what they're doing. Why should they go up there? Why should they go up there and spend time with those other jerks up there? Why should they? And their parents go up there and have coffee with some of the people in the coffee shop and talk about their kids. Yeah, real brains go up there, yeah. Real brains. How much do they get paid for being useless and spending residents' money? The building committees don't care. The town manager certainly don't care. The 2 boards I mentioned don't care at all. Yeah, they really care a lot, though. They really care. They never will. Finish one project, they shouldn't, and shove another one or 2 down the throats of the residents, whoever wants to pay for it. Whoever wants to pay for it, you pay for it, no one else. By the way, the school department has never disclosed what they have money in the banks because they can't spend it fast enough. Also, 3 more families are moving out of Shrewsbury because of the school department. The special needs money must be all gone by now. I got an email talking about that. I got an email. It says, you said the special needs kids in town are abused. Pretty serious accusation. Where's your proof? Why aren't the police involved? Why should the police be involved? I want to make mention to one guy. He thinks he's a big shot. He lives on Sanders Road. I received proof about certain persons about the special needs. They have special needs. They had special needs, and they have them in the school now. They were sent very abusive letters about the issue. How do you feel about that? They took the school department court and won. 5 residents took the school department and won. Find out how that happened, big shots. Find out how that happened, big shots. Find out how that happened. Go ahead. Go find out how that happened. You bunch of phonies. You'll never know how it happened. That's the trouble. Because you ain't got no guts to go up there and find out. I got another one here. Good one. It says, Bob, just a big thank you. And I got another one here. I am sitting on my couch watching your show. I do not take a shower. I must have a smelly behind. Well, you must have. If you're a filthy pig, like I think you are, you must be a filthy pig. Don't take a shower. Wash up in the gutter where you came from. Big shot, coward, and a phony. Don't put your name on it. Don't put your name on it. But you're gonna say to everybody, I sent a Gmail to Abraham, and I put on it. I'm sitting on a couch watching my show, watching your show, and see another one. Watching my show. Why ain't he taking care of his kids? Why ain't he taking care of his kids? Why ain't he taking care of his kids? Tell me that. Watching my show. You could criticize me all you want, but I'm going to do this until the day I die. And if you don't like it, come down here and stop me. If you don't like it, come down here and stop me. People have tried and they failed. They failed. They failed. Because they all think they're big shots. Well, they're not big shots. You know what it is? They're all a bunch of phonies. They're all phonies. They're all a bunch of phonies. That's all they are. The phonier they are, the better they like it, I guess. Get in there. How are you? Whatever here. Police station is what we need, not all the other BS. New anything don't accelerate. Do anything for the kids. And the teachers they hire are no bargain except the phony titles with the name. They must have Sawyer's idea. They must have had Sawyer's idea. What next, Sawyer's? Classes like you, then I know the whole school department belongs in the asylum, past due. This town keeps going worse, getting worse and worse and worse, with help from some of the officials. Please resign and don't stop at the other towns for a job, because I'll know who you are. The other towns are laughing at us for having this kind of town we have. They're actually laughing at us. They're calling us a poor example of leadership. There's no leadership in Shrewsbury. You got a bunch of backstabbing phonies who don't even take care of the residents. The other towns take care of the residents, but you people don't. You never will. You never will. You never will take care of the residents. And this goes to the finance committee and the school committee. The school committee steals all the money from the special needs funds from Boston. And when a person with a special needs kids go up to the school department for help, we're all out of money. They didn't send us enough. You gotta spend money on your own. Yeah, sure. You gotta spend money on your own. All right. Yeah. That's the biggest lie I ever heard of in the whole world. That's the biggest lie. I've talked to other towns about special needs money. They got plenty of money because they don't have crooks and thieves in town like we have. We have crooks, thieves, and rats in this town. We have backstabbers and everything in this town. They do nothing for the residents. All they do is take up space on TV doing their school committee show, which is a big joke. That's a big farce, that school committee show they do, especially with Watermelon Head Sawyer. This town keeps getting worse and worse. Some of the officials in this town stated they would not live in Shrewsbury and in the other towns if they gave them a house for nothing. Can you blame them? And for everyone's information, the water problem is still there. No thanks. No thanks to make-believe water superintendent who does nothing about it. How many people are in the hospital now? The number grows, but no one cares about that. They care about spending your hard-earned money. Keep donating to the useless library, and the useless library. The old one was built in an historic district in disgusting school department. and try to people who believe them to go to the nearest nut house. Why don't we build a prison in Shrewsbury? We have a lot of future inmates. What good are you? Nothing. And the people who want to hurt me, come on, believe I will be the only one walking away. And that's the truth too. I will be the only one walking away. Because you people are afraid. You're a bunch of phonies. I walk through the town hall and the people give me a look and they say something under their breath. Oh, that really bothers me. That really bothers me a lot. Go down and look at the school department. You got about 99 women sitting at their desk doing nothing except drinking coffee and read the same paper over and over again. If a resident comes to the desk to make believe they're busy, we don't need all those people there. We don't need all those people there. That's a waste of money. They're all biting their time so they can get a pension. Well, the time has come. Get out of Shrewsbury. Quit your job. Quit all of your job in some of these departments. We got too many people in these departments. Too many damn people who do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Should be ashamed of yourself. Taking money for doing nothing. Should be ashamed of yourself. And then you go to your neighbor or a friend and say, oh, gee, I worked like heck this week. You know what I had to do? Nothing. Do you say that to them? You know what I had to do was nothing? Well, you do nothing anyway, so that's beside the point. But I'm telling you right now, this town is going to emphasize no new school. They're going to put the water treatment in the school on the same article. You got to knock that down. You got to knock that down. You got to write in police station. We need a 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 police station. I'll say it till the end of the show. We'll need a police station. We 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 need a police station. How's that sound? You bunch of rats. You're all a bunch of rat phonies. That's all you are. That's all you ever will be. That's all you ever will be. You go to someone's house and you say, oh, look what the town is doing. They're going to build a new school. We don't have, how come the school department has never quoted the influx of new kids we're going to get in kindergarten and the rest of the classes? How come they've never said anything? Oh, and the biggest thing of all, the biggest rottenest thing of all, is this grass issue. Whoever thought of that's a real scumbag. That had to be Watermelon Head. That had to be Watermelon Head Sawyer. New grass. Go ahead, donate to the new grass. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. That really educates kids. That really educates a lot of kids. People, this town is going down and down and down and down. You don't understand. Pretty soon you're going to wake up to a nothing town. It's going to be a ghost town. And you're going to have officials that should have resigned. Why don't you go up to town hall and tell them that? Go to each department and tell them. This one should resign, that one should resign because they do nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go up there. You cowards. You're all cowards, that's why. And you're scumbags. New school, new water treatment plant. Use your damn heads. Bunch of stupid jerks. That's all you are. You're all a bunch of stupid jerks. Well, I got to end this show, and I hope you didn't watch it. I hope you didn't watch it. If you did watch it, you're screwing your niece, your nephew, and your kids. Thank you for not watching, and the people, thank you for watching, and have a good evening.